Alright, let's get into this, shall we? Got a slight Twitch reference in there. And someone could potentially figure out my name, though I'd probably have to tell them in most cases. Alright, you can actually choose whether you'd like to go with your particular outfit that you chose, or the one that goes with your class that you choose as your starting class. You can fill out everything later if you want to, but in the beginning you choose a pairing, and that's what you'll start with. So here we go, into the tutorial. I like that we've got 3 female characters and 2 males. Usually it would almost always be the reverse, really.
Around the site of last month's terrorist attack. The Japanese government has stated that an unidentified radical political group released a biological agent in the Tokyo subway, less than 1 kilometer from Orochi Tower. Although the area has been evacuated, there have been eyewitness reports of activity inside the perimeter, including ongoing fighting between Orochi security personnel and armed civilians. Authorities are denying these reports, and the military has barred anyone from approaching within 100 meters of the temporary perimeter fence.
You will see the end of days. You will see the dawning of a new age. To be a monarch or a beggar, to lose everything or to become a god, to stand with us or against us. The choice is yours. Remember this.
That moment when you realize you become a superhero. And that awkward moment when you realize you've destroyed your apartment because you become a superhero and you can't control your powers. Well, fuck. Now this part, the tutorial part, thank goodness it exists, did not exist in the original Secret World. This is a new feature. I like that touch. Only now am I dressed in the outfit I chose.
Closer, child.
Now you can actually go in.
You must learn or be swept away.
And change some of the options. I prefer to always accept meetup requests overall. Let me see. One of the most important things that I like to do in the beginning of the game is to play with the crosshair type, because I prefer the tiniest and most minimal little crosshair that I can get. There we go. You can actually make the HUD go away with Control-Z and take some nice screenshots. Here we go.
Haste. effortless as breathing, but power abilities draw upon the reservoir of energy. Lay the dead to rest. Silence the call. Be mindful of the voices.
Listen to the voices
They
that
will
whisper in your sleep.
You must learn focus and control. The Watchers will intervene only in dreams and only once. Every weapon becomes a unique focus for your abilities. Focus. Breathe. The assault rifle is a meditation of death and destruction. The grenades it launches a manifestation of your will.
Speciality Spotlight. Assault Rifle. How to use the grenade launcher. Grenades can be used to devastate your foes or restore your allies. These power abilities have a chance to generate a grenade. When a grenade has cooked for at least 3 seconds, its effect will be significantly increased. However, if a grenade is not launched within 6 seconds, it will explode, harming you.
That makes the assault rifle a little bit more tricky, but eventually you acquire enough protection that it's mostly not harmful at all.
The Rakshasa have also come to heed the song. Have pity, but spare them no mercy. They were once like you. The world shakes, the dead rise. You will be tested.
You
are cursed with free will.
Now, who are those people? Essentially, they're fairly close to being angels. But they're also people who made different choices. In a war between the Earth, Gaia, and an entity from beyond the stars, which is essentially kind of a Cthulhu thing. It is an intelligence which is trying almost innocently to corrupt our world. You'll learn about this as the game progresses. I'm spelling it out because the plot is very subtle, and a lot of Americans, at least, are not so used to that amount of subtlety. It's like a little too much for us. It's not that I don't think you could figure it out over time. It's just for most of us, we prefer to know what we're getting into a little bit. Now, this is a revenant, which is essentially an evil spirit. It's extended its life much past what it should have been, sort of like a wraith in D&D. Okay. We're watching you. You get a message from somebody you don't know. Here we go. Equipping our first talisman.
Make the right choices.
Make the right choices. Wisdom is the light that drives the darkness away.
You have landed in a dark and forgotten corridor. The way forward seems unclear. Look around for clues to proceed.
The torch, child. We speak in metaphors because alien minds cannot decipher them. Your path will be equally puzzling. Wisdom must be your torch.
Okay. Now, this is her first puzzle. You can see all of those little person icons, so you know that the way forward is along them. There we go. Any other terrain would be unsafe here. There is a much more sophisticated version of this later on in the game.
The chosen, but you must choose for yourself.
There we go. Okay. So we've got 3 panels that we need to look for. And the first one is this here. And the second is that little person again. And the third is the squiggly. I know, very sophisticated name for it that I chose there. But it is kind of a squiggly, right? Not that they're not all kind of squigglies except for the ones that are marks.
Even if this is
This is merely a dream.
All right. And down we go. Where are we now? Another strange place.
They are the cats prowling at the walls of reality. You are the mouse. It is best to remain unseen.
It seemed like we were in Egypt earlier, and this looks more like someplace in Europe. Catacombs. You've stepped into a seemingly abandoned facility. Strange emblems of a crimson fist can be seen on various walls and crates. Proceed with caution as traps and unseen threats are lurking around each corner.
A clever mouse creeps carefully to avoid stepping on a trap.
Interesting.
It's not my place to
guide
intervene,
you to the light.
but then
And this is pretty simple. Just avoid the traps. Deactivate the floor with the switch. And then we can make it through here.
the clever mouse will walk unseen. A mouse cannot defeat a cat face to face.
Kinda like her face. So basically what she was saying is that there are creatures you really don't want to mess with in this game. That war machine is one of them. There we go. And now he's asleep. We can take a look at his chassis. 3691.
And focus you. But they cannot save you. Nothing can save you, but the choice will set you free one way or another.
Alright. Now we've got another talisman. And it's time to check out Times Square.